hard ground ball to third, and singles plays it up the middle of her last back. Oh, and she hits a fly ball to left. Can't see it. Britt's there for the game and catches it. Nice job there out in left field, and Goffstown able to secure the 2-1 win. What a great ball game. This was a fantastic one. For those of you at home, if you fast forward just to see the final score, I highly recommend you watch this one. It was fantastic.
Ball is down, scooped up, it's going for her, and it's going to be scooped up by herself. She has it, she passes it to Caleb Ruffins other, and the game is over. The Goffstown Grizzlies have won.
Is this thing on? Oh boy. Hate to interrupt a good time, but we decided to give it a few extra minutes with the rain for everybody to get here, but I think we're just about settled in. So we are going to begin. Welcome to the, let's see if I can say this, Senior Co-Curricular and Athletic Award Night and Hall of Fame induction. I will not be repeating that phrase again this evening. My name is Justin Huft. I'm the Director of Athletics for Goffstown High School. It's my pleasure to welcome everybody here tonight. A couple of things I want to say. We have programs available. They are digital. So we're going to have QR codes posted outside the theater at the end of the night that you guys can get scan those and have your programs to take with you. And also, when we do awards here, please, parents, families, feel free to come on up. It might make sense that we hand awards here and maybe some pictures over here. These flowers might be a nice backdrop. So feel free to come up, snap pictures. We'll give you time for that. Really want everybody to enjoy themselves tonight, to be as relaxed as you can be in these types of clothes. At what point in life do you feel like you stop feeling like you're a kid dressing up pretending to be an adult and you wear this stuff? People don't know this, I actually used to wear a shirt and tie to work. My first day I came in, and Frank called me into his office. I remember Josh was there too, and they just sat me down and said, look, you can't do this. You look too good compared to the rest of us, so I'm going to need you to stop wearing this stuff and start wearing regular clothes to work. So being the good soldier that I am, I've obliged that. We are gathering here tonight to eat ice cream. As an excuse to gather and eat ice cream, we will be recognizing outstanding members of this year's graduating class as it pertains to their participation in athletics and co-curricular activities as part of Goffstown High School. For further justification of the need for us to gather and eat ice cream, we will also be proudly inducting a new member to our Goffstown High School Hall of Fame. First, I want to take a moment to recognize all the hard work that goes on behind the scenes to pull together an event such as tonight. First off, I want to recognize our outstanding custodial staff, led by Patty Hebert, who has done all sorts of work tonight to get us ready for the evening. We also have administrative support. Is that me doing that? Lynn Cavanero and Michelle Easton have put in a ton of work behind the scenes, so a lot of the stuff that you're enjoying tonight is a result of their hard work. Thank you. And then one final one is for our GTV crew, led by David Steffen. Their staff works tirelessly, frequently behind the scenes. They're at games, they're capturing footage, they're putting together highlight reels, that sort of thing. And they really, especially Jen Pappas and Aiden Pena, have put together a couple of videos that you're going to enjoy tonight. It's not common for high school athletes to have the number of games broadcasted, especially with announcers, that we do here. And sometimes I get nervous about the implications of that, but by and large, I do think it's a net positive for us. I think in particular, if you watch the highlight reel put together by GTV of this year's senior athletes, it's really something quite cool to be able to see. We're going to pivot now. We're going to start the evening off with an induction into our Goffstown High School Hall of Fame. The purpose of the Goffstown High School Hall of Fame is to recognize exemplary achievement by students, staff, or community members. The Hall of Fame represents recognition of sustained achievements or distinctions that enhance the lives of those in the Goffstown educational community. At this point in time, I would like to welcome to the podium a man who has made more futile attempts to cut down on his swearing than I have made to cut down on eating ice cream, Frank McBride.
He's hard to control that, Justin. Are we recording this? Just want to check. Are we? Okay. I'll stay really clean. Before I talk about Michelle, who deserves a lot of attention, I do want to just recognize again, and I've said this to a few people, and I'll say personally, this has been exacerbated by my love of the Boston Celtics and staying up to ridiculously late hours over the last 3 or 3.5 weeks. The intensity of the end of the school year is, I respect other jobs, and I understand I don't understand other jobs because I know my job, but I can just tell you as someone that observes an educational setting, what teachers, administrative assistants, custodial staff, athletic directors do to try to give you the best possible send-off is just absolutely just amazing to me. I won't adequately put it into words, but I would ask for everyone who works at Goffstown High School, and a lot of you here, but there's some strewn out throughout the audience, coaches, everyone who is part of this team, could you please stand for me? Don't be bashful, stand. Yeah. A big round of applause. And Justin, I was thinking about this, but I really, when he mentioned this, is oftentimes that you're a high school student, you go through, you don't have a lot of comparative data, like how is my school? Is this normal? Is this what other schools look like or don't look like? And I would say, one person's opinion, that you are in a really, really good place, and it is because of the staff who give so much and work so hard and go above and beyond. So again, kudos to all that you do. Michelle Tremblay. I'm going to, welcome back, I should say, to Michelle, her fiance, Damon Morin, Mom and Dad Patricia, and Kevin Tremblay. I'm going to let the video speak first. There's another, again, spectacular video with the help of GTV. Please enjoy the video, and then I'll be able to say a few more words about this most deserving graduate of Goffstown High School, Michelle Tremblay. So enjoy the video. One of the key pieces when I think of Michelle is that she was so talented and really so much tactically and technically superior to most of her teammates, but she never treated anyone less than.
She was a good leader. The kids looked up to her. As a junior and as a senior, she was really good about teaching other kids how to do things, whether it be block starts or relay handoffs. She was good about taking the younger kids and teaching.
She led by example, so trying to keep up with Michelle was no small task. But I think that piece of leading by example and influence her teammates in a positive way.
It's what high schools or what education is all about, is what Michelle was about. Working hard in the classroom, working hard in the athletic field. She also worked hard at a job, personal life, social life.
She just was a great ambassador to Goffstown High School girls soccer. She just carried herself with great poise and dignity in class. And she excelled at everything she did or touched. Her
personality and her leadership and her sense of competitiveness and being a great athlete is just what kind of encompasses Goffstown High School.
Michelle Tremblay, as a senior in 2013, was recognized as one of the 6 best players in the state of New Hampshire, and she went along with the top players in all of the 6 New England states.
She just got better and stronger each year. Her speed of play, her decision making, she just continued to get better. And I'd go back to, she just was so well at striking the ball.
She holds 4 or 5 records here at the high school for her talent. So it was just really great to watch.
103 goals over the course of 4 years is just unbelievable. And of course, we won a lot. With Michelle, we went to 3 quarterfinals in the playoffs and 1 semifinal, so definitely she led the team that way.
She had some ridiculously deep goals, 30 yards, 35 yards out, and she could just snap it. And she, again, was this little thing, statue, but she could just strike the ball. Her technique was so clean.
Watching her run the 400 was just amazing. She was the fastest kid out there every single time, and she was competitive at the same time. So she would run her hardest every single time.
Score 100 goals, 60-something assists, All-State every single year. She became All-New England when she was here. And then goes on and has a stellar career at Siena, and again, that was another goal. I wanted to be a college athlete. I want to be a scholarship college athlete. I want to be a Division I scholarship college athlete, and she accomplished them all. And then just with her academic performance, she's just the whole package.
To be a great player and then to be a top 10 in your class at the same time is just great achievement that she had.
Clearly did a lot of soccer and a lot of travel soccer, and still found time to be a state championship track athlete as well. And again, from where I stood, her studies never took a back seat. She was able to prioritize, focus, and just use her time very effectively. She did everything you would want a scholar athlete to do, to the to the highest degree. So again, I would just say congratulations, so well deserved, and so happy for you and your entire family and all your friends. This is an honor that you earn with your hard work and dedication, and we really appreciate you. And before I give the floor to Michelle, I would just say, and a few things got edited, great job with the video, is that I'd be remiss if I didn't shout out, especially when we're talking GTV and also performing arts. There's so many volunteers in the Goffstown and New Boston communities. And her father, for way more than 4 years, but the 4 years here, was a volunteer assistant coach, and he taught Michelle, but he taught a whole swath of young soccer players during his time in the middle school and the high school. So again, a huge thank you and shout out to Kevin, Dad. And I should just say one other piece that I think is spectacular. Top 10 student, I mentioned this when she graduated in the speech, is that she didn't like her SAT score, even though it was high. So she just bought a book, studied for a month, and raised it by 250 points. That's a true story, too. Just the notion of what hard work and focus can do. The floor is yours. Congratulations. Welcome to the Goffstown Hall of Fame. Michelle Tremblay, come on forward. And I'm going to read the plaque before I really do give her the mic. 4-year varsity soccer, 4-year winter track, 4-year spring track, 3-time first team all-state soccer, GHS record 104 career goals, GHS record in the 55-meter dash, GHS record in the 300-meter dash, GHS record in the 400-meter dash, GHS record in the 4x100-meter relay, GHS record in the 4x400-meter relay, graduate of Siena College, Siena College Soccer 14 through 17, first team all conference at Siena in 16 and 17 seasons, team captain 2017 season, and now a doctor of physical therapy. Again, Michelle Tremblay.
Thank you, everybody. It's such an honor to be here tonight. I just want to thank Goffstown High School Principal Frank McBride, the athletic department, and all of those who were part of my nomination into the Hall of Fame this evening. I'm extremely honored to be this year's recipient. I really enjoyed my time here. There are a few individuals I want to give a special thanks to, including Jamie Gratton and Eric Romaine. They're both my coaches and my mentors throughout my 4 years here. I would also like to thank my parents. My dad has coached me since I could first kick a ball when I was 5 years old. He really shaped me to become like the player and the hard worker that I am. And my mom, who is my #1 fan at every game or track meet I participated in, without whom I wouldn't have accomplished everything that I did. So I'm really thankful for each of you. Thank you again.
Congratulations, Michelle. Any chance we get to recognize a level of greatness such as that which you've shown, I think it's a great honor for us as a community. You've truly made Goffstown High School proud. Heads up, this microphone really attacks. Wow. Is it like a peas? Step back. You'll still be able to hear me, or you just... Yeah, keep going back, right? Prior to calling up our first presenter, I would like to remind all of our speakers that we have taken the time to install a trap door up here at the podium, which is programmed to open up as soon as any speaker other than the AD or principal speaks beyond 60 seconds this evening. Under the floor is a transport system that will then ferry away the offending party to a room where they will be forced to listen to the girls' lacrosse pregame music on a loop for the remainder of the evening. I'm confident that the evening will go as planned at this point. And just a reminder that Ben & Jerry's ice cream awaits us all. At this point in time, I would like to call up to the podium our assistant principal and championship-winning field hockey coach, Kim McCann.
Thank you. In 2020, As we reimagined our year-end celebrations in a virtual format for the first time, we saw an opportunity to recognize a larger number of our seniors for their contributions to our school community through year-end events. Conversations with the administrative team, advisors, the Grizzly Mission Awards were born and introduced. We felt that they were an opportunity to recognize those individuals in our graduating class who exemplified the mission statement of Goffstown High School. It quickly became apparent after that first year that this was a tradition that should continue as part of what we do in June. It's my pleasure this evening to present the first of this year's 2022 Grizzly Mission Awards. This award is being presented this evening on behalf of Ms. Krista Scarlett, who unfortunately could not be with us. Krista shares these words. It is with great enthusiasm that I acknowledge Bryn Van Gilder with the Grizzly Mission Award. When I initially examined the criteria for students for this accomplishment, Bryn immediately came to mind. She's been a valued member of the Future Business Leaders of America since her freshman year at Goffstown High School. She has stepped up to become our chapter's co-president and proven herself to be an inordinate leader, reliable, trustworthy, and someone our FBLA group can go to for any assistance regarding academics, social events, FBLA, or any random GHS matter. Bryn has done a remarkable job coordinating many of our New Hampshire FBLA state projects. She's always a leader at morning meetings, and some of her individual accomplishments include promoting and organizing the Fall Penny Slam, donating funds to the Make-A-Wish Foundation, designing and creating the GHS FBLA chapter exhibit, which won first place at the State Leadership Conference, winning the award for her competitive event at the FBLA State Leadership Conference by creating a real business website. In addition to being an extraordinary leader connecting to the FBLA mission, it's evident that Bryn is a fine example of conveying the GHS mission, an impassioned learner making connections between what we do in class and how it relates in real life. With this and all of the work she has done serving her community, not just raising funds for Make-A-Wish, but donating her time to ringing the Salvation Army bell, raising money for the New Hampshire Food Bank, making fleece blankets for New Hampshire homeless shelters, it's clear that Bryn is a young lady of strong character. One last piece, humor and positive attitude. As I write this speech, I'm looking at different signs she's left around my desk and in the classroom. They include, I love T11, hashtag Go Bryn. I love marketing. It's not easy being me. I love Bryn. And my personal favorite, how are you going to bring it to 27 Wallace today? I'm sure it's apparent why she makes coming to 27 Wallace Road every day enjoyable for those around her. It has been my sincere and humble pleasure to work with Bryn and get to know her well since her freshman year. Krista shares, I have no doubt that you will go on to touch the future with positivity and endless possibilities. Congratulations, Bryn. English teacher, to present the next Mission Award.
I'm going through the trap door just so everybody knows. Good evening. I have had the pleasure of serving as a teacher at Goffstown High School since 2006. Over the course of my tenure here, the student I am honoring tonight exemplifies our mission more than any other student with whom I have worked. Yes, he's caring. Yes, he places community first. Yes, he is an impassioned learner. While I could regale you with stories that would support these traits, I want to focus instead on the last line of our mission. The line states that our learners will, quote, thrive in an ever-changing world, end quote. We want our learners to be strong, agile, and malleable so that they can succeed in a world that is itself constantly changing. No mean feat, to be sure. I'm hoping you will indulge this English teacher, an occasional equestrian, I feel like I have to say that for the sports people, for a moment, and think about the last line, thrive in an ever-changing world. In this model, the individual is adapting to what is happening around them. This is not the case with the student I honor tonight. This student, unlike the rest of our mere mortals, will be the change agent for the world around him, and that world will adapt to his influence. Now you may be wondering, how can one person do this? The secret lies in his remarkable ability to see what others can't, to predict what others need, to understand what the world lacks, and then to make a plan for how to fill those voids. And of course, kelp. Yes, kelp. The algae that grows in cold ocean waters. Apparently, there are 3 types of kelp, and these types can be used in a myriad of ways to improve human health, the environment, and the world at large. Just ask Caleb. And get comfortable before you do, because he will talk about kelp's great qualities and benefits for as long as you will listen. It's clear, Caleb will not acclimate to the world's changes. He will be the catalyst for the changes it undergoes. I absolutely cannot wait for the future he will create, for how the world itself will come to thrive because of him. It's my pleasure to present this award to a dancer, choreographer, math whiz, researcher, AmeriCorps and FEMA volunteer, Northeastern class of 2027, and future kelp farmer, Caleb Hagner. And now, Marissa McLaughlin to present the Female Sportsmanship Award.
All right, I'm just gonna get right to it. So, Katrin Maley, come on up here. If I have to feel awkward up here, so do you. But before I let you get back down there and sit down, you bet I'm gonna make you stand here and make everybody look at you while I talk about what a great leader you are. So, when I was reflecting on our season, I think a huge mistake that I made as a coach was assuming that just because how blatantly obvious it was of what a great leader Katrin is that she would know what a great leader she is without actually having me acknowledge it all of the time. So, Katrin, I'm telling you, most of the people in this room probably already know everything I'm about to say. But know this girl right here has played the biggest and most significant role on the confidence, on the inclusion, and the development of every player in our program. And she is an exceptional teammate. So, take this award knowing that it was truly earned, that your teammates, the way you made them feel, will be unforgettable, and that you truly will be irreplaceable. So you can sit now. And up next is the guy our school pays to be the social media influencer. I had to write down his name because I forgot it, Justin Huff. He will be announcing the Male Sportsmanship Award.
Thank you, Marissa. Congratulations, Katrin. I first met Bobby Schaefer when he was an incoming freshman football player in the fall of 2018. Bobby was not the biggest or strongest incoming freshman we've ever had here, but I distinctly remember him making an impression on me nonetheless by how he carried himself. That impression was not a fluke. It has been such a joy to watch for 4 years as Bobby displayed the very best in terms of how to carry yourself as a student athlete. He has competed on the fields, in the gyms, even on the slopes for Goffstown in some of the most intense sporting environments we have, and has always carried himself in a first-class manner. This is not someone who looks for the easy way out with anything he does. He will gladly play through contact to score the winning goal, and he will gladly offer you a hand to help you up off the turf after knocking you down onto it. An impressive young man. It's been a privilege to watch him in his 4 years here at Goffstown High School. Bobby Schaefer. At this point in time, we're going to recognize our 12-season athletes. So 12-season athletes are those that come to Goffstown High School for 4 years, and during those 4 years, you can do some simple arithmetic. They're in all 3 seasons for all 4 years. That's something that never ceases to impress me. I think you'll find that by and large, these student athletes also happen to be very successful students in the classroom. I think the type of organization and discipline it takes to do those types of things is something that's going to serve them well in the long run, and I think it's worthy of our recognition tonight. I will be calling these up in alphabetical order. First one we have is Connor Cook. Next is Alyssa Hunt. Next is Jonah Lopez. Next, Madeline Prue. Next, we have Will Sasso. Bobby Schaefer. Peyton Strickland. Jelena Trust. And Taylor Watterson. Congratulations again to all. At this point in the evening, we're going to have a performing arts performance. This young man I got to watch about a week and a half ago in a different environment with an opening act that I think was far superior to the one he had tonight. But he's going to perform a cello solo. This is going to be by Gavin Palmer.
lot of talent. Great job, Gavin. I have an honor of doing a Grizzly Mission Award as well. Congratulations, you have been selected by your school as the 2022 recipient of the Ronald Reagan Leadership Medal. This award is given by the Ronald Reagan Presidential Foundation and Institute, a nonprofit organization founded by our 40th president and charged with sharing his legacy of leadership. Those who receive this honor exemplify the following pillars. Drive. Like the 40th president, awardees are driven and optimistic. They have the conviction, ambition, and courage to take the initiative in their endeavors. They approach challenging goals with the belief that it can be done. Humility. Recipients of this medal are humble. They possess the unique combination of altruism and empathy. They inspire the respect of their peers by demonstrating genuine integrity, dependability, and hope for a brighter future. Third one, service before self. Reagan leaders are actively engaged in their communities. They serve selflessly in the pursuit of prosperity for their fellow students and citizens. There's probably not much drama with this, but I will ask him to come up and I will share some remarks before I share mine. Mr. President, Harrison Spalta, please come forward. I like the little pouch, so I kept it in there. It's going to be a little wrinkled. I apologize. This is First, my dear and smart friend, Mr. Kurt McDermott, who saw him in debate in youth and government in particular. Harrison's a natural-born politician, and you want one on your side, excuse me. Give him a mic and a cause to fight for, and you won't find a fiercer or more socially intelligent leader. One of his advisors, Miss Engen, Caitlin Engen. I feel like all those traits represent Harrison. That being said, when I think of Harrison, I think of someone driven by the satisfaction of helping others. I think Harrison truly wants the best for the people around him. All 4 years of high school, he went out of his way to make sure his classmates had the best high school experience in spite of a pandemic. He fought for the prom and homecoming, and while he got to participate in these events, I believe he pressed for them so that his peers could experience the fun of high school. His other advisor, Mr. Bracey. Harrison is persistent. He is persistent in the drive to help his community. I'm pretty sure he and I had weekly conversations involving the dreaded 5-letter word, dance. And I'm going to get back to the dance in a minute, where I could reiterate that it was not on the table, and he would spout out reasons A through Z why we should reconsider. He never once gave up his hope, and his persistence eventually won out. This is just one small example of the actions that Harrison has taken to help his school community. And last words, Senor McKinnon. Harrison has been an integral member of student council throughout his time at GHS. In addition to serving as the class president of the class of 2022 for 4 years, Harrison has also served as the vice president of student council his junior year and president of student council this year. His tenure in student government was not an easy one. The global pandemic changed the way in which our organization operated. Everything from how we met as a group to the community service and school spirit events that we were able to host had to be reimagined. During this time, Harrison remained optimistic and driven to provide the most opportunities to foster community connections for students as possible. He took the initiative, connected with administrators, advisors, teacher, and anyone who would listen, and did not stop until his goals were met. With the help of Harrison's conviction and dependability, a junior prom happened, dances happened, spring fling happened, events happened. For the reasons as well as his strong interpersonal communication skills, his ability to lead with integrity, and his general goodwill, Harrison is respected by his peers and genuinely deserves this award. And I will be brief. I noticed that I get to do the 8th grade ceremony when kids are graduating or stepping forward in 8th grade, and I couldn't help but notice Harrison because he had his stars and stripes suit on from head to toe. Only one I can tell you in 8th grade. yearbook, if you'd see, he's back to the Stars and Stripes. Different, new one?
It's the same one.
Okay. He didn't grow too much. And back to the dance. Mr. Bracey can back me up. This was relentless. And I'm talking year one of the pandemic. It was relentless. Dance, 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 dance. And I don't want to give you all the inner workings of how things work. I was kind of probably like, Mr. Bulky, he's not giving up. He's stalking me. I can't leave my office. He's going to come to my home. So then we have this ritual, I'm going to call it, with class presidents. They come and ask typically Mr. DeRocher or someone about what is my role at commencement? And we say it's a brief introduction, like 2 sentences. More often than not, presidents go with that. Every once in a while, someone goes up and says, welcome, and kind of gives us a half speech. This is what Harrison did. We told them 2 sentences. Regarding what we spoke about earlier this morning, I know it would be unprecedented, but I was wondering if you'd be a little lenient on the 2-sentence thing. I'm not asking to overly exceed the limitations you gave me, but I would like to give some parting words in less than a minute to the class I've represented the past 4 years. What I mainly want to say, and I'm going to save that part for your speech. In his last point here, again, I don't want to take away the attention from the 3 students that earned the right to speak. It's just I would really appreciate the opportunity to address my class as their president one last time. And I have promised Harrison, and spoiler alert, I'll condense my remarks. I'm typically the last person to speak before you get your diplomas, but it will be Harrison's honor this year. I would wholeheartedly say that he has earned it. So congratulations on this incredible. Way over Dr. Huff's timeline. I apologize. Mr. Kurt McDermott for the next award.
I'm kind of curious about the lacrosse trapdoor music, so I might roll the dice here. At the end of the year, I make my seniors act out Shakespeare in this theater in front of their peers and anyone else who wants to come. It's terrifying and awesome and quite honestly one of my favorite things to do, but the only way to make it resonate with students is to make it look as close to real theater as possible. And the techie stuff, I know none of it, any of this stuff behind me right now. During our first rehearsal, Emily Hughes happened to be within a 5-block radius, which if you know her means she immediately stepped up to help, which initially meant just working the stage lights, but by then we'd all transformed into theater divas and we demanded more lighting effects. We wanted blackouts, we wanted a spotlight, we wanted lightsabers. It was cool, don't ask. Emily knew how to do exactly none of it, but that never stops her. So while I was trying to wrangle Cassius and Brutus, she went to work quietly in the background, climbing the stairs to the light booth, pulling in Mr. DeRocher to teach her the subtleties of the display, training herself on all the switches. I want to be clear, Emily wasn't even in my class. By the time students and teachers piled in to see our performance, Emily had mastered theater lighting, enough so that we were able to enact an epic death scene for Julius Caesar, lightsabers and all. When she sees something that needs doing, Emily just steps up and does it. Not because it looks good on a transcript, and not because it's going to earn her bonus points. Schools this great don't magically happen. It's the daily grind and the unrecognized work of a handful of people like Emily that make this a place where young people and less young people feel welcome, feel like they have a home. So I'm grateful for the chance to take the time tonight to thank her. Congratulations, Emily. Next up is track coach and history teacher extraordinaire, Bob Ward.
As educators, we're always excited to have a student who we can truly refer to as a scholar. Our recipient tonight, in the words of one of her teachers, is a hard worker, a diligent student, always willing to ask questions and seek extra help when needed. A quiet leader, willing to help others, pleasant, and one whom could be looked to for an answer when the rest of the students were avoiding eye contact. As one of her coaches, I can only echo those words because they describe her perfectly. This young woman came to track and field as a freshman. She worked hard to become a strong hurdler and asked questions to help her understand her events. She would try anything her coaches asked and did it with a smile. When asked to learn the triple jump, a particularly difficult and technical event, late in her junior year, she not only learned it, she became one of the best triple jumpers in the state. She was placed in the state Division II meet in both her junior and senior years, including a trip to the New Hampshire Meet of Champions. In her final meet, she set personal bests in 2 of her 3 events. In addition to her personal success, she's been a leader, working with younger athletes, teaching them the techniques, and serving as a humble role model. She'll be attending Franklin Pierce University next year, studying physical therapy, and running on the track and field team. I am proud to present the 2022 Scholar Athlete Award to Jennifer Kuhl. I'd like to call to the podium Mr. Josh DeRocher, our Activities Director and an extraordinary music educator.
I have props for later. So it's my honor tonight to present the Male Scholar Athlete of the Year, and it's maybe a little bit odd that music educator is presenting this award, but when you find out who the recipient is, it will probably make sense. So I'm going to consider what was said about the trapdoor and the time limit, and I'm not as excited about rolling the dice as Mr. McDermott. So I'm going to keep my remarks short. We've already heard a little bit about this student tonight, and I think what might be a first-time moment, though, Doc Murch, I think you left 1 or 2 things out. So I just have a few words to add about Caleb Hagner. So my scripted response for Caleb about 2 years ago, I think sophomore year, became, "Of course you do." So I think we were at a Saturday potluck dinner in between 2 performances of our annual musical, and so potluck, everybody's bringing food, and Caleb came up with a loaf of bread and said, "Can I slice you a piece of bread?" And I thought, "Tell me more about this." Caleb said, "Well, I wake up early every Saturday and I bake fresh bread." And the only response to a 16-year-old who says something like that is, "Of course you do." and it just became a thing that I kept saying. You know, when Mr. Grocer, I just want you to know, when I was at St. Paul's School rooming next to your son, I did take the door off the hinges so that we could room together even though we weren't supposed to. Of course you did. Mr. Grocer, I'm going to take care of making all the props for this year's musical. I know we need a dagger. Don't worry. I fashioned one safely. Of course you did. So, in addition to everything that Dr. Murch already said about Caleb, I would add plus student council, plus school board representative, National Honor Society, Tri-M treasurer, / organizer / quiet leader in the back, select vocal ensemble, musical tech, robotics. Caleb is quite the Renaissance man, and in addition to all of those things, Caleb was able to earn the highest GPA of any of our athletes this year. Why? Because of course he did. Caleb, it's my honor to present. Put it on the calendar. We surprised Caleb Hagner today. It was good. And at this time, we have another performance, so I'll call my students in the Select Vocal Ensemble up as soon as Caleb puts his cup down.
bit of time, it won't hurt so bad. And I get that I don't get it right now, but then you won't regret it. You're not gonna believe a word I say. What's the point in just drowning another day? And I get that I don't get it. And the world will show you that you won't regret it. Little things, all the stereotypes, they're gonna help you get through this one night. And there will be a day when you can say you're okay and mean it.
There's nothing to do right now but try. There are 100 people who will listen to you cry.
And I get they don't get it, but they love you so much that you won't regret it. You're at the bottom, this is it. Just get through, you will be fixed. And you think that I don't get it, but I burn my way through and I don't regret it. Little things, all the stereotypes, they're gonna help you get through this one night. And there will be a day when you can say you're okay and mean it.
Mr. Huft is really hoping that trapdoor is going to happen. All right, so for our next, just double checking, our next Grizzly Mission Award recipient. All right. Do you make them come up and stand awkwardly, or do you try to be dramatic and let them wait? Why don't we have Marion Murray start coming down? So this year, on behalf of myself, Mr. Belding, and Ms. Burstein, the GHS Performing Arts Department recognizes Marion Murray with the Grizzly Mission Award. Marion has been a valued member of our program for the last 4 years and has given her all for the betterment of every musician, I should say every performer, at Goffstown High. Marion has demonstrated superb musicianship from the moment she arrived. She's performed in concerts, musical productions, dance galas, and has represented our school in festivals across the state. Every part of our department will miss her next year as she moves on to her next chapter. But in her other role, as our department mom, Marion defines what the Grizzly Mission Award is and is intended to be. Caring relationships, participation, and problem solving are 3 of our important outcomes and that is Marion to a T. I had two things that happened ad lib tonight that didn't make it into my prepared remarks, but I have to tell you about. So as the group chat was getting ready, our jazz band is going to play a little bit later while you're all enjoying ice cream. And some people talked about things that they remembered to do that other people didn't, and Marion made sure to say, thank you, everyone. Just the thought that somebody else remembered to remind everyone, Marion still said thank you. And then as I was watching Gavin get ready to come up and play for everybody tonight, I saw he took, we call it Mr. Cello, out of Mr. Cello's very fancy case, and he really carefully moved something off of the scroll at the top of the instrument. And then after the performance, he really carefully put it back on the scroll before the cello went away. And I have this little octopus. And as part of our closing performance for this year's SpongeBob the Musical, this is another, of course you did, sort of a story, but Marion found time to crochet, or is this crochet? Octopi and little squids and other little sea creatures for everybody who participated in the performance. Everyone. All of the cast members, all of the pit members, all of the backstage crew. So I had my own to show you as a prop, but Gavin's is on the top of the scroll of his cello. That's the kind of thoughtfulness that Marion brings to our program. So she is constantly taking on challenges like this to help make the program run smoother, help out a fellow performer, or make sure things get done on time. At events, but even for the school day, she's one of the first students to arrive, usually one of the last to leave. She does not rest knowing somebody might be left all alone to complete a task. Marion, you will be missed, and we wish you all the best at UMaine. And it's my pleasure to introduce Andy Pishka, one of our fantastic class advisors and history teachers, to present the next mission award.
Josh, Lukey, come on down. It's not lost on me that we started this evening celebrating the induction of Michelle Trumbull into the Hall of Fame. Michelle is the epitome of what it means to be a Grizzly. But one thing was missed, and it's about her parents. They have the best lawn in Goffstown. So if you're ever interested in seeing that lawn, I'll tell you where it is. So I run past that, and sometimes I just stop to look at it. When they're out in front of their house, I keep moving because it'd be embarrassing to look at their house. No one. Greatest lawn in Goffstown, though. If you ever want to see it, let me know. Let's give it up for the Trumbull. Goffstown High School is full of students that contribute to the school community. Goffstown High School is bursting with students that participate in co-curricular activities that better prepare them for their future. Goffstown High School is overflowing with students that are skilled thinkers, communicators, problem solvers, and people who work together. So what sets Josh apart? I would say that it's his leadership, drive, and passion. Josh is driven. During Josh's junior year, he was instrumental in establishing Rho Kappa at Goffstown High School. Rho Kappa is the only nationally recognized social studies honor society in the United States. Josh was one of 5 inaugural members for this chapter. Their main task as inaugural members was to build the society and organize the first activities for the chapter. As president, Josh was the chief executive officer and directed the activities of the organization and saw to it that all the planned activities and events were carried out to completion. The amazing part about this is that Josh was remote last year. I did not meet Josh in person until May, and he ran the group from his home. That is absolutely, who volunteers to be president of a new group being at home the whole year? It's pretty amazing. Under the guidance of Josh, Rho Kappa sponsored the Picturing Women Inventors exhibit at Goffstown High School. The exhibit is distributed by the Smithsonian Institute in collaboration with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. Josh was instrumental in hosting the exhibit. Under his direction, the executive board decided to move forward with acquiring the exhibit from the Smithsonian Institute, recreating the exhibit at Goffstown High School, publicizing the event, retaining and training Rho Kappa members to be the docents for the exhibit, and being the primary liaison during the event. Josh is also passionate about educating citizens on the benefits of being active in their communities. Because of this passion, Rho Kappa initiated a voter registration and absentee ballot information drive for the seniors. If they chose, the seniors could access a website that would lead them through the voter registration and absentee ballot process. Josh is a distinctive student who pushes himself in a rigorous curriculum, is involved with many groups and clubs, and is one of the nicest humans you could ever meet. And he is able to see the benefits of hard work and enjoy seeing that hard work pay off. It's worth noting that Josh is also the president of the Environmental Club. Dr. Houghton, who was one of the advisors, describes his view of Josh in the following way. Over the past 4 years, I've gotten to know Josh through various classes, competitions, conversations, and clubs. Josh is a wonderful human being, and I am honored to know him. His passion for growth and learning never ceases to amaze me. Josh is an incredibly kind, thoughtful, and community-oriented kid with a great future ahead of him. I look forward to hearing about all the great things he accomplishes in the future. We all do. Josh, like Michelle, is the epitome of what it means to be a Grizzly. Remember, you attend Goffstown High School for 4 years, but you're Grizzlies for life. Congratulations, Josh.
Thank you, Andy. Having people, quality people such as Andy involved with announcing, scoreboard operation, coordination with officials, and a myriad of other duties that can pop up really makes a difference in the game day experience. And this is something that I hear repeatedly from our own families and those of visiting opponents. I'd like to take a moment to recognize Andy Pishka, Nate Bracey, Maureen Lapari, John Moran, and Al Halpern for all that they do to enhance the experience of our student athletes and families. The amount of times that this group of caring adults has come up clutch to overcome an oversight by the athletic department intern or by former assistant Bridget Lambert is truly impressive. If I may, I'd like to tell a story of one such clutch performance. Shortly prior to a home lacrosse game this spring, I got a text from Andy Pishka that there was no power up at the press box. Never one to get easily alarmed, I finished my game of solitaire and the episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm I was watching, and then tried to remember why Andy had texted me. Andy and I spent a few minutes looking at the electrical panel in the tech wing before deciding that we needed an alternate solution because we weren't going to be able to figure out how to get the power back on at the press box. Andy remembered that we had a portable scoreboard that we would use on occasion during wrestling tournaments in the fall. While not as big as the main scoreboard up at the field, it was big enough that at least the referees would be able to see it, and most of the players on the field as well. We found it in the locker room. Being the smart fellows that we are, we plugged it in inside first to make sure that it worked and could be programmed to work with field games such as lacrosse. The controls were simple enough, and we were confident we could manage at least the time and score. Armed with our solution, Andy and I proudly marched up to the field just minutes before the start of the game. We carried it up to the press box, and by we, of course, I mean that I supervised while Andy carried it. We went upstairs, found a way to prop it up so that it was fully on display to the field. Now I wanted to go down to the field level to see just how far away you could see the scoreboard from. So just to make sure that we would be good to go. But prior to going back downstairs, I look at Andy and I say, so go ahead and plug it in, Andy. And then I froze. I didn't say another word. Andy just smiled and said something like, well, yeah, that's still going to be a problem without power, isn't it? The story has a happy ending as we were able to get someone even smarter than us to restore power to the structure with an embarrassingly easy fix that I won't get into here. I haven't laughed that hard in quite a while, and it was really one of the highlights of my spring. Thank you, Andy. Now, before I call back to the podium Kim McCann, I would like to take this moment to relate how helpful she has been to me personally in my development as a public speaker. In fact, I can still remember the biggest piece of advice she ever gave to me, and this was something she was extremely passionate about. She said to me, she said, "Justin, whatever you do, make sure you go up to speak after the biggest moron of the night, whenever possible, in order to make yourself look good." On a completely unrelated note, I also want to thank Kim for putting together the agenda for tonight's event. I'm certain that the fact she is having me introduce her twice tonight is completely coincidental. Ladies and gentlemen, Kim McCann.
Thank you. It is my pleasure this evening to introduce to you the NHIAA Scholar Athlete Awards. Recipients of these awards this evening have achieved a minimum of a B+ academic average. They have participated in 2 sports for at least 2 years in each sport. They have continued to play 2 sports in their senior year and have earned at least 1 varsity letter in each of 2 sports. You still with me? It is an impressive list of student athletes. Gabriel Brigham, Connor Cook, Hugh Donahue, Madeline Fink, Toby Halpern, Brendan Hirsch, Maggie Jorzak, Jennifer Kulik, Jaden Lessert, all the way from the back, Hannah Laidlaw, Katrin Maley, Grace Murphy, Rita Peace, Kenna Pietsu, Tyler Pierce, Ashley Pinard, Madeline Prue, Robert Schaefer, Michaela Strickless. And Taylor Watterson. Congratulations to all of you. And at this time, it's my unique joy to introduce Ms. Jessica Brown, math teacher, field hockey coach, great friend, to present the next award.
My first memory of Michaela is from the summer before her freshman year. She was standing off to my left shoulder as we started to make teams based on positions. I hear her say, just loud enough for me to hear, "I don't play defense." It wasn't aggressive or rude, but my first thought was, challenge accepted, Michaela Strickless. I will find a way to make you a defender. To set the record straight, Michaela was right. While she can, and it certainly has, played defense, she is a natural attack player. Her orchestration and vision of offensive gameplay is exceptional and often unmatched by opponents. She is as gifted at following as she is at leading. She is able to assess what is best for the group and interject herself based on the needs of the whole, rather than what serves her best. Her actions carry as much weight as her voice, earning her respect from teammates, coaches, and opponents. Yet it is her sincerity that earns their trust. Michaela is this unique blend of intelligence, humor, and passion. She has a smile that lights up the room. She sees each of our strengths, yet yet she is unrelenting in her expectation of our accountability. The beauty of Michaela is her confidence in her own voice, and it always has been. She knows who she is, she believes in who she is, and works each day at being the best version of herself. Michaela will continue her career next year at Stonehill as they transition to Division I. I am beyond proud to present this year's Female Athlete of the Year to the exceptional Michaela Strickless. Now I'd like to welcome Nick Hammond as our football coach to present the next award.
I'm a little nervous about this trap door. I think Coach Huff might just use it. I'm certainly his biggest target here. It's my honor to introduce the Male Athlete of the Year. Throughout his career here, he's been a standout athlete in 3 sports. On the football field this fall, he amassed over 1,000 total yards and 9 touchdowns in just 9 games. Very impressive season. He played a key role in the basketball team's run to the Division I state title game. And he also just defended his Division II discus championship, which is a very impressive feat, and will be continuing on to pursue that to defend the, in the meet of champions. I'm really not a good public speaker. Your 2022 Male Athlete of the Year, Peyton Strickland.
Mr. DeRoche, you're next.
This is not the first time I've had to cover for Nick Hammond. Although Mr. DeRoche is next. There he is. No, I was thinking, I wish I had natural at a microphone. And this thing's attacking you, Ethan.
Coach Hammond, I was sure I had just a few moments to get ready for the next thing, but fantastic. The thing on the performing arts side that comes closest to, we take a lot of pride whenever we can, whenever we're about to raise a banner in the gym, make it a big assembly, we have a big celebration, and the thing that comes closest for us in the performing arts are 2 annual awards that are given out by our State Music Ed Association. So we have students who occasionally receive a 4-year award where they're accepted to the All-State Music Festival for 4 years running. And we have students receive a high score award. So the way Music All-State works is you audition in November, and if you are accepted, you go to the festival in April. Students, again, we're lucky this year, I'll just get right to it. We have 2 students who received both a 4-year award and the highest score on their instrument. So our state champion cellist and soprano vocalist, maybe alto vocalist, Gavin Palmer and Emily Hughes. And we actually don't have any hardware, but you can wave at the crowd and take a little bow. The perpetual plaque, wow, that was a tough one for this microphone, for that is on order and coming soon. Thank you very much. And now I will reintroduce my friend and colleague, Mr. Huff, to close us out.
Thank you, Josh. At this time, I want to do a quick recognition of some of the athletic achievements of the class of 2022. We've had 2 school records established in track and field. School record in the shot put of 50 feet, 5 1/4 inches was tied by Antonio Capos. Antonio is going to And again, we don't have hardware for these, but we would like to ask you to stand and be recognized. The school record in the discus set at 177 feet by Peyton Strickland. We have a 2-time Division II champion in the discus event with Peyton Strickland. Peyton will be competing in the Meet of Champions tomorrow at Sanborn High School. He'll be attempting to win the first Spring Meet of Champions title for a Goffstown athlete since 2014, when a speedy female athlete captured the 400-meter title before going on to play collegiate soccer at Siena College. We have a couple of students who are members of the 2020 Girls Basketball Co-Championship team, which capped their season right prior to COVID hitting with a memorable playoff win on the road at Manchester Memorial. Any of those members present, please stand. And then our seniors have been part of some incredible playoff runs during their times here. I would like to acknowledge the 2020 and 2022 bowling teams for their efforts in getting to the state championship matches both years, including pushing all the way to a memorable last frame of the last game this past winter at our home alley, Yankee Lanes in Manchester. Our football team defeated all teams in their way and dodged COVID throughout the 2020 fall season, making their way to the state title game against Nashua North in Division I. This year's senior class of football players is yet another class that has made the Division I playoffs in each of their 4 seasons. We have a senior member of the boys volleyball team that made a memorable run to the state title game last spring, defeating perennial power Timberlane in an epic semifinal performance here at Goffstown to earn the right to host Wyndham in the championship game and to screw up last year's graduation plans in the process. Moving on to this past fall, the Grizzlies field hockey team became road warriors, crisscrossing the state to advance to the Final Four for the first time in 20 years, where they won an OT semifinal game to advance to the D2 state championship game. We have several members of the 2021 Goffstown High School field hockey team here tonight, and would like to ask them to stand to be recognized. The winner of 2021-22 season brought one of the best seasons in Goffstown basketball history. The Grizzlies boys and girls teams both emerged as winning programs, hosting multiple playoff games for the first time ever at the state's highest level. The boys program finished with a top 4 playoff seed, advanced to the state semifinals where they avenged an earlier season loss to Nashua North, then played in one of the all-time great championship games in state's history, just falling to Trinity. This year's senior class is the first one in school history to be placed in Division I for the majority of our sports for all 4 years. I do think it's worth mentioning the boys basketball team I just talked about, along with the football team and the girls basketball team, are all the smallest public school teams in Division I, and all of them have won or recently played for a championship. Looking at this and the consistent winning records of our baseball team and our softball team, which is again advanced to the second round of the playoffs tomorrow at Concord, I think we've shown that we're able to compete at the state's highest level while maintaining the small town feel that makes Goffstown special. This is something I feel so fortunate to be a part of. Thank you. One final thank you I would like to extend is to all of our outstanding coaches and teachers. The amount of care and dedication you bring with you every day is something that really benefits our students, especially when it comes to co-curricular events that occur outside of the classroom. We at Goffstown are very lucky to have such a dedicated group of professional, caring adults and Coach Largy who can challenge our students to strive toward greatness while maintaining a first-class spirit along the way. Thank you everyone for attending tonight's event. If any of my humor has offended you, just remember that I am cooped up all day long in a windowless dungeon of an office with Baby Shark playing through the gym walls most of the day. So I apologize. I want to thank everybody for attending. We have our logo backdrop set up just out of the theater on the right. Anybody that is college-bound athletes, I think it's a great time to get a photo opportunity taken there, like a signing day type of thing. Any of our other student athletes, students that want to get a picture opportunity, it'd be a great time to do that. We have 2 ways to get to the information center where we do have Ben and Jerry's Sundays waiting for us. We will have live music there, courtesy of our music department here, to enjoy. Again, you can take a right or a left in order to get there. We have plenty of ice cream for everybody. Thank you for attending.
drive. Nice pass. There you go.
Yeah,
Strickland with the slam. Payne Strickland throws it down, and that'll get the crowd going.
First base open here. Expect them to probably pitch around. The big hitting still. Whoa! And she's in! Yeah! And the go-ahead run on that. The only pass ball I think that Salem had all day. That wild pitch way up in the zone.
The deck. Yes, Bokey! The vacuum up there. Oh, he's like a train.
Well, Simmons steps in, single their first at bat, staying hot. They'll be hitting over 500 as I mentioned. I need those stats. Drilled it, and that's got to go. And that's very gone. Home run for Noelle Simmons. First pitch swinging.
A long rebound to him. Oh, Begidi with a steal. Begidi, and it goes in. Goffstown with the first lead of the night.
She does a little fake. She has it. Trying to get in there. Oh, pass into Diva Taze, and she scores with 37 minutes left. Second slap. That was a goal by Bailey into Diva Taze with 37 seconds left.
Willett, he's got Max with him.
Come on, Luke.
Luke's gonna fire.
Yes, scores! Way to go, Luke Willett.
Luke goes low, slides it along the ice.
In motion's number 6. And it's a pass play. Put your hands up. Come on, Robbie. Robbie Begidi. Holy cow, Robbie Begidi. You're kidding me. Robbie Begidi, who's never played football.
She's in the box. She's got a touch. She's going to have a nice poke
And a
with her left
left-handed
foot. What an effort.
Yes,
what
good
a
job.
great goal. That was all Maddie with her left foot poking that in before she had no chance at a shot. So well done by Maddie.
Nice job.
We got 40 seconds left.
Yep.
Grizzlies up by 1. Bo with possession and a man up with 30 seconds.
We're looking for one good shot.
Yep, there's the person they probably want to take it. Number 18 scored most of their goals today.
Down,
good
down,
stick,
down,
good
down,
stick.
down, down, down.
Now we should
Pick
be
it
able
up,
to possess.
pick it up.
There we go. You got less than 20 seconds. You might as well just hold it.
Just toss it up, toss it up. Oh, what a pass!
That was a beautiful pass.
What a pass! And the 1-0 here. The dangerous Noelle.
There it is.
She went up for one, like high. Let's see, does it get out? It does! And 2 home runs in the inning for Noelle. All right, Noelle, have a day.
Ball down, ball down.
Bucky's gonna make sure that guy stops.
Yeah. That ball ain't getting out of there. There you go.
Oh, he's taking it.
It's
he's not
over.
gonna be stopped. If he show it to Gilman,
No way.
your Goffstown Grizzlies advance to 4-3.
Great win.
Winning record. Goffstown Grizzlies are stoked.
They are.
30 seconds left. Oh, nice pass. Nice step up there by Bethany. And that's going to be a corner. And that will do it, folks. And Goffstown comes into Hanover and wins, beating the top seed Hanover 2-1 in a very, very, very good game between these two teams. And congratulations to Goffstown High School.
Now finds Pierce on the far wall.
All right, Pierce, go.
Pierce gaining blue line. Pierce moves
That's
in.
it, buddy.
Got one. Finds Luke Willett. Scores! Pierce made a miss. Moved in for the shot.
What a shot!
Strickland up the middle. He scores! Peyton Strickland up the middle for a touchdown. Great play calling by the Goffstown Grizzlies.
Got him, boy! Right!
Yeah, good defense. Anasusi.
And another steal for Bagidi. What a move! Ladies and gentlemen,
You might want to get another timeout here.
Robinson Bagidi.
If you're Cardinals, 14-point lead, 3.5 to play. Number 15 going to check in, Luke Anderson.
And you hear the Gotham fans chant, "You can't guard him."
Kayla is deadly at the penalty shot.
Yep. Oh, she's got her good shot there. She shoots and scores. And that ties up the game at 11-11 at the 1:57 mark. This is an incredible game, Rick.
Oh, a great ball
Great
sending
ball.
across. Oh,
And
yes!
finally,
What
Goffstown
a
is
great
able to put a
send
score on the
by
board.
Avery and a perfect touch by Maddie. That's the execution that we've been missing in the first half.
Not only have they two, I think they've carried the play, to be honest. Right
Oh! Oh my goodness!
Back to the point. Right got a nice shot up high. Barred down and Goffstown.
What a shot!
Webb with the throw. Peyton Strickland. He breaks free. Look at that speed. He's not going to get caught. He is not going to get caught.
Look
he
at
is
my
going to go in
dude.
for a touchdown.
Look at my dude.
Kayla back to Grace. Grace out in front. It's tipped, and it's in! And we got the equalizer. Nice job by Goffstown. 4 minutes and 33 seconds left.
Simmons. Yes! What a job by
Nice
Simmons.
What a layup.
She drove right to the hoop. No one guarded her.
Right.
And we have strong kids. That's not. There you go.
And a
See?
goal by
First shot,
Bobby
first goal.
Schaefer.
Yeah.
Which I think makes a whole lot of sense here. Because Strickland is like a receiver. Yes! Robbie Bagidi wins the game! Robbie Bagidi with a 3-point shot! It counts! Game over! Holy cow!
That out by Tay. Just got jammed there in the last one. Drilled, and that's got to be gone. That's got to be gone. Hey, there we go. That's how we do. And that's a grand slam for Lily Trinka.
Get him the ball. Get him the ball.
There it is, Bobby.
Bouncer.
All right.
5 holes the goalie.
Take that, man. Absolutely. There we go.
Unassisted Bobby Schaefer. Strand gets it. Pull
That's
it out.
it.
Pull it
Beautiful,
out.
Strand.
Bagidi's gonna try 3.
Yes!
Oh, got
Bagidi!
it. 17-point lead for Goffstown.
Gets it to
Yeah,
her.
and she found
Great
this time she
pass.
finds Maddie over there. And
Great.
she's got plenty of room. That looks
Yes,
like it's going to go in.
great
Here's a score from
job
Goffstown.
by Goffstown. Very, very well-developed play.
Yes.
Oh, nice. Left ninth corner for Goffstown. Back to Grace. Grace right in the middle, and there's no one in front. And it's a goal! That is a very nicely run corner. Nice job there by Goffstown, and they strike first with 10 minutes and 15 seconds left in the third quarter. That was a really pretty corner.
He's in. Aaron Duval with the touchdown. Aaron Duval with the touchdown. No flags on the field. Aaron Duval with the touchdown up the middle, unscathed. Up the middle.
See ya.
Owen Manatol there had a little push, but he was able to work through it, keep the ball. And there was a goal.
Yep.
There was a goal by Bobby Schaefer.
1-0 now. Drilled. That might go too. Get up. And it's gone. Let's go. Another home run for Goffstown.
Lily Green gets the rebound. Winterburn now works it over to Ruggiero. They got to push it. Over to Green. Come on.
Yes!
Lillian puts one in.
Beautiful.
Now Concord, I think, has called a timeout.
Great job by Lily Green.
Fran's going to try drive. All right, pass to Lopez. Lopez another three. He's caught it. Jonah Lopez the 2 threes. He's coming to play tonight, Scott.
No, that was not. It was pretty lackluster. Oh, nice job, Alex.
Jason legs with the ball.
Three-hitter Emerson Poulin, who popped out to second, grounded a hard ground ball to third, and singled lazily up the middle her last at-bat. Oh, and she hits a fly ball to left. Can't see it. And Britt's there for the game and catches it. Nice job there out in left field, and Goffstown able to secure the 2-1 win. What a great ball game, though. This was a fantastic one. For those of you at home, if you fast forward just to see the final score, highly recommend you watch this one. It was fantastic.
The ball is down. Ball is down. Scooped up. It's going for her. And it's going to be scooped up by herself. She has it. She has it. She passes it to Kayla Crosby Sounder. And the game is over. The